Okay, here we go. All right, everybody, welcome back for another live broadcast from our home studio to keep you up to date on what's going on Fort Myers Beach and Sanibel and with Hurricane Ian. Joining us now on the telephone is the CEO of the Southwest Florida region of the American Red Cross, Josett Valdez. Josett, thanks so much for coming on.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yes, can you tell us a little bit about the Red Cross and what you guys are doing to help those in need at this time?
Yeah, so the Red Cross has 70 volunteers from South Florida, but 780 or so volunteers on the ground serving across the Florida Gulf Coast side of the state. We are currently working with our partners, the county and the state, to determine sheltering needs. Once we know what that'll look like, the Red Cross offers mass care, support, feeding, sheltering, damage assessment, mental health support, health services support.
Now, back when Hurricane Charlie hit, I joined you guys and went and delivered meals on one of the vehicles that you had. Is that something you guys are going to have up and running as soon as you can get down there to the beach to do as well?
Yes, absolutely. We will be sending our emergency response vehicles. So during Hurricane Charlie, they probably looked a little bit like ambulances. Today, we've got a little bit of an upgrade, but those will be headed out. I know that there are approximately 80 of those en route to Florida as we speak, just waiting for the okay for roads to clear.
Besides volunteers in general, are there specific need areas, specialized services that you need people to volunteer if they can?
Yeah, we have a big need in health services. So licensed nurses and mental health workers are a big need for us right now. And then our largest need is going to be in those sheltering volunteers, which we can get you trained up and ready to go as a sheltering volunteer in a matter of hours.
And for anyone that's watching, tuning in, if you have any questions for Josett from the Red Cross, please type them in the chat box and we'll ask them before she has to go. Obviously, I think you guys are probably going to ask for donations for money. How can people do that?
Yes, you are correct. That is the number one way we are able to support the community. So you can text Ian, which is IAN, to 90999 to support. You can also go to redcross.org to make an online donation.
And where can people go to start the volunteer process? And can you tell us a little bit about how that's going to work for people?
Yeah, once they go and you can go to redcross.org, that we will be able to get you in the system and work with one of our local volunteers and staff members to identify the best place for you to volunteer. Depending on where you're located, if we're talking in Lee and Collier County right now, based off of what we know and don't know yet, it may be at a Red Cross office or another location that we're able to secure with one of our partners. So I can't tell you where to go just yet, but you can start that process at redcross.org/volunteer.
Josett, when the Red Cross knows that it's safe to get over those bridges, it's not going to be safe for a while for Sanibel, but how are you going to know when it's safe to get over the bridges? The sheriff said, okay, it's good to go. Let's hit the road.
Yes, absolutely. So we currently have Red Cross personnel in the Emergency Operations Center alongside all of those key officials making those decisions. And once those decisions are made, it will be an almost instant connection with the Red Cross, and we can get our resources moving in the direction to provide support.
Now, obviously Fort Myers Beach, there's a great need there. There's need though around the county. Are you guys out and about at that point in places where you can get to, or have you not got the clearance yet?
We have not been given clearance yet. We are hoping to get some Red Cross personnel, myself included, out on the road early tomorrow morning. We're waiting for the A-OK on that. And then we will be having community members Red Cross volunteers trying to connect with community members to help identify those places in need. That you will probably start seeing in the community those Red Cross vehicles traveling around trying to identify those pockets of communities that need services. And we're looking for those people who need basic human needs, food, water. We want to get in and get those individuals what they need immediately.
Josett, when you compare this to some of the other catastrophes that you've seen, where does this one rank?
I've been with the Red Cross for over 20 years, having responded to wildfires, hurricanes, blizzards. This for me is probably one of the worst, most organized processes I've seen so far. And so Red Cross has taken the lessons learned over time, and I'm hoping that means that we will be there to support Floridians much quicker and a faster way. I am amazed at the resiliency of the Floridian people, having spent a significant amount of time at
County. That's amazing. That whole setup that they have there was totally organized a few days ago. You could see everybody in there working. It's they were prepared for this. Maybe not this, but they were prepared.
They were, and we, along with those partners, started these preparations long ago, before this was even a storm. We started when it was a invest sort of out there brewing, and I know the county started that as well. We started our regular communication. So yes, everybody was prepared. We didn't know where it was going to go in the past week or so, trying to identify the wobble to make sure we have the resources in the right place. But everybody was prepared and ready to spring into action.
Now, are other Red Cross chapters, how does that work? Are they pulling? Are they everybody coming down to help you?
In Miami right now, and more will continue to come in the days, months, and months to come. We put out the call, and everybody responded without hesitation. That is the wonderful network of the Red Cross, but it also speaks to the volunteer heart, and as an organization led by volunteers, you see it in times like this.
And you mind frame on that you'll be hanging in there till when?
I can't even begin to put a time frame. We haven't even begun to see that far out. But we also know if there's a need, we will be here.
To get on and get information, and also how they can volunteer?
Absolutely. So the phone number to donate and text is 999. And if you would like to volunteer, you can go to redcross.org/volunteer. You also have the opportunity and availability to donate on redcross.org.
All right. And is there anything else you want to get out there that we missed?
I just want to say thank you to the community. You have supported the Red Cross and through many storms, and I know that those who are here and listening will continue to do so. So I want to say thank you ahead of time for those who donate and those who volunteer, and thank you to you for helping us get the word out.
Well, thanks a lot for coming on. We appreciate it, and good luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, folks, there were some other questions that came up that I want to go back to, just so you know. If you have somebody that's missing, or you don't know where they are, I think you can call 477-1000 if you don't think it's an emergency, and let the sheriff's department know. If you do think it's an emergency, you should call 911 and get on their list of folks that they're searching for. It's really a search and rescue now, with help from the federal government and the county, the sheriff's department. I think Kevin Ruane told us that they were waiting for the winds to die down. I don't know if you've seen some helicopters up there. That means they're
I heard
they're
one
on the
out.
go.
I heard one out, but we're way out here. So I mean, some are getting up. I don't know if they're down there yet.
And I did hear from the town PIO who was trying to get back to the island. She was actually at JetBlue Park trying to get internet connection, and she did say that at least to check on, say it's still dangerous on the other side of the bridge, and they pictures of Times Square that I'm going to post up there, and well, what used to be Times Square.
And yes, I mean, the Red Cross is taking donations. The Community Foundation that services just down on the beach, they're taking donations. Tell them where they can get that.
Yes, if you want to donate to the Community Foundation's hashtag We Are FMB, you can go to the beachtalkradionews.com, and it's the first story on the top. Just click on that. It'll take you right to the PayPal link for the Community Foundation. Like we've been saying with every live shot that we're doing, that is an organization that you can trust. Anita and Janine and that group put that organization together, that fundraising arm together back when COVID hit, and they were raising money for the employees on the beach that were out of work at the time. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of people out of work, and there's going to be other people with bigger problems. So they're going to trust they can, and that's one organization you can trust in addition to the Red Cross. So it's beachtalkradionews.com, and just click on the first story, and you can donate just like we did to the Community Foundation. What else? We did have earlier, we had Craig Fugate on, who was the former director of FEMA, and he said you can go to disasterassistance.gov and you can look into, get your hands on as much assistance as you can, whether it's for your home or for your business. Fill out everything while you're waiting to get back on the beach. There's going to be obviously a lot of government money out there, so try and get as much of that as you can, and try and apply for as much as you can, and get the process rolling. It's going to be years to rebuild what took place down there, so you might as well fill out every freaking government form that you can to get as much of that money to help rebuild down there. All right, everybody. 1:30 is the county's next update, so we're going to try and zoom that one out to you at 1:30.